And welcome, everyone. You are tuning into House of Spiritual Vibes Radio here on Zoom, joining us live on YouTube. And today's show, we are going to be doing our challenge video. Today's challenge video is going to be the lip reading challenge. So we're going to have a lot of fun today, but also us doing the lip reading challenge, it goes right along with today's magical topic is consent. So consent in spell work, if you're hiring somebody to do some type of spell work, or if you're giving your consent to somebody to do some type of a healing or energy work for you, we're going to be talking about the importance of consent and how important this is. So doing this challenge, lip reading challenge, and consent in magic, I'm telling you, goes hand in hand, because when you give your consent, you want to make sure that you're saying what you mean and meaning what you say, as Chimu says. So bringing you guys today's show is myself, Nina Soul, and joining us are our lovely sister Bruja co-host, Cass La Sassy Bruja, and Chimu.
Hey.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello.
Oh my gosh. So today's challenge, I'm so excited. I got like some extra lip gloss on special. We're reading lips. Let me just slather this shit on there. Yeah, I'll make sure everybody see what I'm trying, what I'm saying. So we're talking about consent in magic and in witchcraft. I love that we're doing this topic, because I feel like sometimes people don't know how to say no, or know how to say yes, or know how to say not right now. So I feel like we can kind of give people different ideas of what consent is in magic and in witchcraft, but also knowing ways to say, like, how, some people don't know, like, how do you tell somebody that in a nice way that you don't want them to send you healing energy? Because that's the thing, is that you do want to give your consent when somebody says, oh, can I send you healing, can I send you want to give consent, because if you're not really um you know familiar with them, maybe you don't want them to use you as one of their maybe they're, for example, maybe they just started doing Reiki and they're like, oh, can I practice on you? You know what I mean? Like, maybe you don't want to be somebody's practice client, and that's okay. um like, how would you say no but nicely? And then that's kind of what I want to talk about a little bit, because I feel like it is really important. Consent's really important, like, in our day-to-day lives, but also when it comes to intentions and magic and witchcraft. I feel.
Yeah,
What y'all think?
I agree. I agree. Because you don't know what kind of mindset that person is in.
Right.
They could be like, yeah, let me practice Reiki on you, but they could have got into a really heated argument with somebody just
Mm-hmm.
an hour ago. And it's kind of hard to grasp some energy. You're giving out energy when you're arguing with somebody. You're wasting energy doing that. Now,
Mm-hmm.
how are you supposed to give that yourself? Because what Reiki is, or any type of practice work that we do, involves energy.
Yeah.
So how are you gonna come, or go to someone, or have someone practice on you when their energy has been depleted in a negative way? So you just have to be careful with like who you go to, and who you let people
In
practice. Yeah. And practice on you.
I always
Yeah.
say, once you tell a person, yeah, like, you're all in. You're all in, even if they fuck up.
Even
That means it was
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know. So I don't know, just be careful. Cause I always say like if the vibe and the feel is like just say no. I always say
Right.
just learn how to say no. Sometimes it's okay to say no.
Right.
If they get offended, that's not a you problem. That's a them problem.
That's a them. And too is don't be afraid to ask more questions before giving your consent. Ask
Yeah.
more, because your answer is all in all the questions that you ask. If there's anything you're unsure about, maybe because when you're learning Reiki, there's different levels of Reiki. That I want to say there's 3 levels. So there's level 1, level 2, level 3. So if they're at a level 1 and they're like, oh, let me try this out on you and blah, 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 and they're not even at a level 2 yet, consent comes after level 3. So you also want to, kind of ask those questions. Don't just take something because it's being given to you. Because that's the other thing too, is that some people will if it's some type of free sample, or let me try it, or some people just take it because if you're giving it to them and they don't have to, you're not asking them to pay for that. They're a lot more like, oh sure, yeah, I could use some energy. Why not? Go ahead, try it out on me. They over here on level 1. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
I
god.
shared on the social medias.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go and share. Let me share your share. Oh my gosh.
That's so funny.
Okay, so how are we gonna start? Let's wait to do the challenge until we got like a good amount of people watching, right? That'll be
Yeah, because
fun.
I was gonna challenge them also to guess what we're saying.
Yeah, to guess what we're saying. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, this is gonna be fun. I'm so excited. Okay, I want to share it on House of Spiritual Vibes LLC page. Okay, there we go. So when do you guys have a time that you would like to share that you didn't give consent to certain things, like, and why you didn't give consent? Like let
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
Was young and dumb, right? Like,
Uh-huh.
you know. So, I went to go get my uñas done,
Uh-huh.
And here comes a gypsy, and no disrespect to, my gypsies out there, but here comes a motherfucking gypsy. And they do their charm, they work their charm, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't feel right doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And I felt like I got like, if it's something, I don't know, like spiritually robbed or spiritually, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
You get what I mean? And I was like, wait a minute, did this bitch just do this to me real quick in front of me? Like, oh my God, bitch, never. I was like, this bitch, she like this, like this.
Wow.
You have to be
Yeah, you
careful.
gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Be
I got a similar story like that. I went, there was a few of us that went. And if anybody knows that lives in Chicago, it's that small house right on like
Are you guys
She already knows. You know that one.
What
The one
what?
that used to be on like Pulaski or something like that over there. It was like a
Wait,
big
which
old
one?
sign that
Okay.
said
Pulaski
psychic.
and what?
Um,
Oh,
like
I know which one you're talking about.
yeah, it had like the
I,
big lights and stuff like that
yeah.
on it. Yeah. So we walked in there, I paid for my little $20 reading, whatever. She told me come back and I'll do this and that and this and that for $200 and something dollars. And she was telling my cousin for something that she needed, like she was charging her way more. And we're like, yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back. And we walked out and I looked, she was ready to go. My cousin was ready to go. And I'm like, this don't feel right. this don't feel right. I'm not taking you back over here. We're not coming back over here.
Because you know
No.
what? The thing, you know, when you're giving consent, sometimes it's not just words. It could be, you know, here you go. You know, I think you need this type shit. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And again, once you take that item, you are
Giving
consenting.
consent. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know, because we do have a choice to say yes, right, or no, and we do have a choice to say, oh, thank you, and oh, no thanks, I'm okay. You know what I mean? So always remember that too, like when you're giving your consent to things, especially when it comes to, like, you know, a spiritual consent. It's not just about saying the words, it's also the action that goes behind giving your consent, you know, for that person to do whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mhm.
I was like, this bitch just pulled a 1-2 on me in my face. And that's the thing, because I didn't tell her yes. I took what
Right.
she offered. You get what I'm saying? I was like, oh, you little motherfucker. I said, one, I ain't never going to that motherfucking place and getting my nails done. Okay.
Mhm.
And two, I was like, Ma, I think we need to call the lady.
Oh my gosh.
We need to call, you know what I'm saying? We gotta go. Because I fucked up. Nah. You gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your best thing to use is, it is your intuition. You know, if you feel that it's not right, don't do it. Like, just don't say nothing. Don't turn around and walk away. You know what I mean? Because you catch these little bitches at Jewel Osco. You know what I'm saying? Walking around.
So
Oh, she
stupid.
got flowers. Let me go talk to her. You know what I'm saying? Let me go. Let me go up to her. Oh, red rose and a white rose. You know, that's love. No shit, bitch. Why do you think I went to go get it? Like,
Yeah.
they prey, like a lot of people who do tend to do that prey on the weak. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And they do. And we all have a weak moment or two. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, spiritually consenting is verbal and action. You got to be careful. Have you ever been through one of those situations?
Yes.
Mhm.
I was already in my head, like one came to me.
Thinking.
So, and I still got to get better at it. I still have to get better at checking people when they do it, because when it comes to like the spiritual talismans and the jewelry that you wear, you know, people right away like, oh my god, your beads are so, you know, your beads are so pretty, and I'm like,
They want
oh,
to
thank
touch.
you,
Yeah, they want
you
to
know,
touch.
thank
Yeah.
you. Like, and my first thought is like, I don't know, because you're kind of reaching for somebody's chest, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's already like, it's just, so I'm kind of shocked for the, like, in the first moment I'm like, and then all of a sudden it's like it's too late for me to like check them on it. I already like done like, thank you. You know, I'll pull it away and stuff, but you know, definitely, like, if you guys are like touchy, like if anybody's watching us that's like touchy grabby, you know, you want to make sure, like, if somebody's wearing like religious or spiritual jewelry, you don't want to grab their jewelry and like, you know, even if you're really like drawn to it, or you know, you're curious about it, you know, always ask like, oh, can I see, or you know, am I able to touch? But a lot of times, if it's some type of a crystal, or some type of you know, eleke, or you know, a metal or something like that, if it's on them, it's usually really important, especially if they're a witch or a spiritual practitioner.
Yeah.
It's usually something that's like important, that it's either protecting them, or keeping, you know, cleansing them, protecting their life, or you know, just protecting them from different spirits or different energies. And then, like, when you go and you grab that, you're grabbing something that's like really personal. uh
Yeah.
to witches and spiritualists. So, if you didn't know before, you know now. um you just don't want to do it. You just don't want to grab people's, even their earrings too, because some of us wear earrings that have crystals, and those are like intentional for us as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you just want to ask permission, and make sure that they consent to letting you touch their spiritual jewelry,
Yeah.
crystals, or anything. Let's see. Yes, we got hellos. We got Desert Siren. Stacy is here. Erica, the Mama Sweets, is here. Rebecca is here. Oh, Desert Siren said, "What? Y'all on time? What's going on?" LOL. Shade.
Yes.
Shade. I love it. We need to have like a little dun-dun-dun.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
That's funny.
Yeah, Desert.
That's funny.
It's true.
It's funny.
Um, Rebecca said, "Blessings, beautiful brujas. Blessings to you as well,
Yeah.
sis." Erica said, "Hey, my beautiful sisters. Glad I finally caught y'all live. Yes, we're so glad to have
That's
you
been a
here."
minute, right?
It
Mhm.
has.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Erica said, "I always catch people looking at my beads or stones, clasping their hands like they want to touch, but they want to touch me, but caught themselves. LOL. Oh, that's good. See, I need to get better at like instantly, like, I don't know, I have to come up with like some type of like a karate chop move.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
where I just like swat their hand and I'm like, don't you touch me.
As soon as they say like I guess you gotta clench your pearls, as they say. Like when people be like, "Oh, your necklaces is something." Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Right. That's a good one.
Shield
That's a
it.
good
Like,
one. Oh, yeah. And just act
That's
like I'm like really touched about it. Like,
yeah.
oh
Oh,
my
thank you.
God, thank you. I
And just
appreciate
stand there
it.
for a while. Yeah. Da, 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 da. So that they could like that what is that feeling can go away.
Right.
But then because they look at you doing this, they're like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't touch it.
Yeah.
Or you would think.
You would
Yeah,
think.
like I've had times before that like I would have like a jewelry like tucked in my shirt, and then people would be like, "Oh, can I see it?" And then they'll like literally
Dig in your shirt. Oh my
not
God.
digging it, but like grab the cord and like just string it out, and I'm like, "Oh my God!" I'm like,
That's so disrespectful. I'm gonna tell you what. Because okay, look, if I have it tucked underneath my preference, right? Underneath
mm-hmm,
my shirt, that definitely a don't touch me zone.
exactly,
That's
Yeah.
a don't touch me zone. You
yeah,
get what I mean? Now, in my opinion, if you got everything out, I'm gonna sit there and be like, oh, nice. Oh, I like that necklace. And it's okay to be like, hey, I like your necklace. Where did you get that? You know what I mean? If it's a piece of jewelry, that's different. Then you can act.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But bitch, you come at me like this. Oh no.
Mm-hmm. I know. And
Because you're
the thing is that if it does happen, like if it does happen where somebody touches your stuff, like,
yeah.
if that does happen, then just make sure you cleanse it, just make sure to cleanse it right away. It doesn't mean that the magic is ruined or like it's tainted in any way. You just want to make sure that you cleanse it and then just, learn ways to like drop kick somebody when they try to like look at your, I don't know, learn ways to nicely say, like how Cass said, grabbing your pearls.
Yeah.
That's a good option. I like that. See, now I know what I'm gonna do. I was over here like I'm gonna have to eye gouge the next motherfucker. Oh, because and Cass is like, no, just do this. And I'm like, oh yeah.
You're like ready to fight, throw hands.
I know, I'm ready to throw hands right away. Like, don't you touch my shit. Oh my God. You get crazy right away. Just let everybody know I'm not drinking a 40. It's sparkling water. So
Water.
I know it looks like a 40, especially in my hand because I'm so small. It probably looks like a big like a Mickey's or something. I should go get my Easy E glasses on. Yeah, I'm over here drinking sparkling water and drinking one of these immunity shots.
Oh, I've seen those before.
This one's pretty
They're
spicy.
good. Oh,
Yeah,
spicy.
they're not. I mean, they taste very concentrated, so they're not like very like it. Since this has a lot of ginger, it's spicy. And then there's like an orange one that has turmeric in it, and since it's like not very watery, it's very turmeric-y. Like you can feel it in like when you drink it. I don't know. Break the wrist and walk away. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna break the wrist and walk away. You know where that's from, right? Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh my god.
And it goes, "Jeez."
Yeah, that's the movie though.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. Thank you, Koya. Yes, please make sure you guys share. Oh my god. Koya said someone almost touched my elecas and I accidentally smacked their hand. Erica said, "Girl, they'd be pulling back a nub." LOL. She said, I'm a biter." LOL. I forgot who I was talking to one time, but I was like, when I fight, I do everything. I bite, I scratch. You bite, I said, if that's all I got, that's all I got.
Yeah, right.
I gotta let them
use every part of my body.
Use every part of my body. Everything's a weapon.
Whipping your hair around like a whip.
Every pressure in my jaw.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's hilarious.
I got a big mouth too. That's a big bite.
Big bite.
Oh my god.
Ay,
that was good. I know everybody else probably put laughing faces if that one had jaw rolling. Let's see some laughing faces. Let's see. Desert Siren said, also with consent, I feel it's the practitioner's responsibility to let the person know they're still in training. Yes.
Yes, it is.
Desert Siren. Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes. That is. Yeah, let's talk about that.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with even telling somebody that, you know what, I'm still in training. I don't need your like love and light right now.
Oh my god. Or I know you're still in training, so maybe you should work.
Because I know that you are still in training. Don't ask for you because I already know you're not going to do what I'm going to ask you to do. You know, so it is a responsibility. And as a practitioner, it's a big responsibility too. You know what I mean? Because you still want to work with ethics and you still want to be honest with yourself and others, you know? That's how I feel about that. It's so true.
Yeah, that's and don't be like, that's the thing too, is that don't be if you're watching and you are like you are still getting into your own practice and still learning and you don't feel comfortable yet, if like, because it kind of happens where when people around you start to find out that you read or that you do that you do magic and spells and stuff, and then once they find that out, then they might ask you, and you might feel pressured because oh, I don't want to tell them that I'm still learning and that I'm still I'm right now, like we kind of have to know as practitioners to when to be humble and say I'm still learning, but definitely once I start getting more comfortable doing spell work, then I'll let you know I'm open for business.
Yeah, that was me with my readings when people would be like, oh, you know how to read tarot, and I'm like, Yeah, mostly I've done, I'll tell them I've done it for myself mostly,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really read a lot of people. But if you are still interested, it would really be a good way for me to get more practice, but I'm
Right.
letting them know,
Mhm.
so, and people would be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And they were really patient because, of course I would still have to reference back to the book sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
but at least I was, letting them know, like, look, I'm not like a professional, or like I might have to use my references, and they were okay with that.
Right.
It's not like yeah, I'm the best reader around, and I don't know shit. And
Talking yourself up. Right, right,
yeah,
right. So with that, sis, I feel like that's also like that's like a really smart thing to do, because that also lets your client know, like, give me some feedback.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, because that also really helps too. Like,
And I would
especially
ask them
somebody
that
else.
too, like, let me know
Right,
how it was for you, and they were like, yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yeah, so just being honest, if you are
yeah,
just starting out, or you're just, you're still getting comfortable, or getting you're still getting, what is it, acquainted with certain things, you just let them know, just be transparent when it comes to it.
right.
Yeah. So, let's see. What do we got? We have a question. Um oh, Oh, Erica said, laughing my fucking LMFAO. I was like, wait, let me not curse, because I want this video to get out there. So,
Ooh, that
um,
was me.
I
I said,
what
I said, I cursed a long time ago, girl.
did you? Oh, dang. Okay, well, maybe, all right. F it then. Like, F
You're like, okay,
it. Okay. Erica said, we may not know karate, but we do know crazy.
Correct.
crazy. Yep.
Koya said, biggest what do you feel is the biggest mistake when new to the craft?
Wanting to dive in so soon to do spell work.
hmm
Uh-huh.
Not taking the time out to really do the research.
Not taking the time out to know what it is that you like in the craft, that you like in your practice.
Even
But
just a simple protection.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was me growing up. I think that was one of my faults,
Mm-hmm.
is I didn't protect myself. I was 14, 15, 16 years old, messing around with Ouija boards and stuff like that. I didn't know that I had to cast a circle of protection.
Right.
I just, hello, and started doing the little thing. And then we're just, make sure we say goodbye. And we're thinking, okay, that sealed it. No,
Mm-hmm.
that did not seal it.
I feel that one of the biggest mistakes when new to the craft is definitely following, being a follower, and doing what you what's the word, when you like envy, or not envy, when you how do you say, like, when you look up to
Coven, like,
certain,
no,
well,
not
no, when you look up to other certain practitioners, or you're,
or
hmm,
like a mentor.
not like a mentor, but when you
like
admire,
admire. There you
when
go.
you
I was gonna say
admire, I said
inspiration.
envy. Guys, I used the I used the word like envy, and it was admire. It wasn't even that. It was so far off. But when you admire another practitioner, you might see what it is that they're doing, and then want to follow in those same footsteps, without really finding what's meant for you, because what's meant for one practitioner is not meant for everybody. And sometimes what's meant for you, you might be because trying to follow somebody else's footsteps, you're not following your own path. So
Right.
definitely, like, uh I'm not saying don't don't admire like certain qualities or certain things, but always kind of incorporate that into whatever it is that you want to do and mix it all together. Because if you don't, you kind of like you minimalize what it your potential of the things that you could be doing, because you're so, you're being so like, oh, I want to do it like this person. I want to be like this person. I want to work with this deity because this person's working with this deity. And you know I feel like I see that a lot with certain goddesses. There's a
Mm.
lot of people that will start to work with like a certain goddess because they see it's kind of like the more known or more worked with or more sought deity than other ones. It's like, what if your deity is somebody else, but because you're wanting to be so quick to claim one, that you're not allowing yourself to find it yourself, or to
Right.
meet that deity yourself, for that deity to come through to you, because you're already like wanting to attach yourself to something that is what you admire.
Hmm. Yeah, you have to find your own authenticity and um know what you like to do when you're starting off. You know what I mean? What is it you like to do? Because there's so many ways that you can take yourself. You know what I mean? And it is the research, it is the reading. You know what I mean? It is, it's not just Googling, it's the reading and making sure you have good sources and stuff like that. Um, and then comes the practicing. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
how are you gonna how are you gonna practice something that you really don't know where it came from, what it is, wh- whose background is it?
Mm-hmm.
You know? Um, so I think that's the biggest mistake. People want to jump in real quick to spell work.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
that was a good question, Koya. Thank you. Let us know if you come up with any more. um, let's see. Desert Siren said, she said, it's a 40, Nina. Just change the label. Yeah, I went through all the I soaked the label off and I used some Goo Gone, and then I printed out this label on my Cricut and I just put it over this bottle. So when you see me drinking this bottle, that's just my 40, but like low key.
Is it low key?
Low key is my
No
40.
kidding.
Let's see. I was just kidding too. I know I looked really believable. I was just kidding. Like people are like, but she probably could do all that. She just told us something that she could really actually do. No, but it's for real. It's sparkling water. Let's see. Real Phoenix Aura said she thinks she's slick. She's got that. Koya said someone asked if I read cards, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm not your guy for that, but I do know some authentic readers. That's another good way to tell people too. Like, if you, maybe there might be some people that you don't want to read, like maybe some people don't read for family members, or maybe some people don't read for certain friends, or you know in that scenario, you could sometimes even say that too, like, because you can give your consent to hiring a client, having taking a client. That's also a consent for, you know I've turned down clients before,
Hmm.
and that's me, that goes with consent, like not
Yeah.
giving consent to do work for them, or read for them, for whatever reason, whatever, maybe you just don't feel comfortable, or maybe you're getting like a bad energy or a vibe that is just not sitting right with you, and listening to your intuition. So that's also a way to kind of slide out of giving them, your service or your energy, and letting them know, well, I know other people that could read for you.
Hmm.
Um, all right. Should we start with our challenge? I think we
Yeah.
got some people here. Y'all could keep sharing. That would be awesome. We would love that if y'all share. If you
Ready. Ready.
You ready? Who's going first?
Who's gonna go first?
I'll go first. I'm gonna put myself in mute. Let's see who can read my lips. Ready?
Oh, should we make her big?
Yeah, let me make her big.
Okay.
Let me make her big. And you guys can, let's tell them what we're going to do. This way they kind of can play along. Everybody can play along. This is going to be
So
fun.
we're gonna call this. I wouldn't say the whisper challenge. I would say
Lip reading
read our
challenge.
lips challenge.
Yeah, the lip reading challenge.
So just like how we were talking about giving consent and receiving consent, you know, we want to be clear with what we say when we approach people about giving consent in a way of receiving consent. So I guess this is our way of doing that challenge of reading the lips so that I guess like
how Chimu says. Yeah, how Chimu says. Mean what you say and say what you mean.
Let's read them.
All right.
So we're gonna try to guess, and you guys at home guess what we're all saying and put it in the chats. I want to see.
Yeah, put it in the chats. All right. So me and Cass are gonna be guessing here. And let's go ahead and start. I wonder if, you know what? Hold on. Let me share, because I think it would be funny if they could kind of see us at the same time. Hold on. Let me. No, that won't work. Will that work? Let me see. I think they can see. No, they can't. No, that's not working. Okay. All right. I guess we're going to have to do it like this. That's fine. You guys can hear us, but you won't see us. Yeah, it's your turn.
Yeah, I know what she said. She said ready.
I know. I said we're ready. I'm. Are we keeping score? Let's keep score. I want this to be a contest.
Okay.
I'm
get
petty. I'm petty. I'm petty, and I want to know who wins. We ready?
Yep. Let's do this.
Okay. Are you ready? Okay, let's see this.
What?
Toes? Wait, what? Do it one more time. Keep doing it. I want to see it again. I want to see your filthy little mouth say it. It looked like something hose. Potatoes? No.
Something tree.
Horse.
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 It's either grow, crow.
Oh, cauldron. Ah, Real Phoenix got it. Real Phoenix got it here in the comments. All right, Real Cauldron.
There you go.
I was like, hose? Roasted hose? What? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
All right. Who's that? Are we gonna go in a clockwise?
You gotta unmute me. You have to.
You're unmuted. What are you talking about? You ain't even muted.
I'm on mute.
You're not on mute.
You're not on mute.
You're here. We can hear you. She's like, you have to unmute me. I should have went along with it. Oh my god. Oh, my stomach.
Hilarious.
Oh, my stomach. All right. Okay, y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. Let me see.
Silly.
Okay. How about you? You go, Cass. You. I
Okay.
want you to go. You go.
Okay, I'll go. I'll go. Let me mute myself.
Okay. You're not muted. You're not.
You're good.
You're not muted. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Ashley.
Listen, ass.
I had to press it. I was like, wait, let me.
Hey, I told you. I'm not the only one.
Oh my god. Oh my stomach. I can't no more. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, we're ready. Love yourself. Oh, that was such an easy one. You speak so well, sis.
She does.
Her lips were like all right. Okay. Let me think of one. I got a funny one. All right. Okay, y'all ready?
Flick a tit.
I thought she said freak a leak.
Watch. That's what her lips sound. See, I can't get that flick.
Flick a tit. What is it? Say it again.
Okay, one more time.
One more time.
Freak a leak. Freak a leak.
Wait.
Oh, is it? Let me see if anybody says. Nobody's saying anything in the comments. Freak. That's like
Free our city.
Free our city. Free our city.
It says it's free or flick.
Do you want me to just tell you?
What?
Flick a tick.
Tick.
Flick a tick. Flick a
Flick
tick.
a tick. She said flick a tick.
I had to say one that sounded like something else. Oh my god. That was funny.
That's funny.
That definitely entertained me.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, fleek on it. Denise was she was close. Fleek on it. Flick a
Got
tick.
it.
Flick a tick was what it was.
Flick a
Flick a tick.
We said flick a tit.
Flick a tick.
Like a tick, like a little bug. A tick. Flick a tick. And Cass was like, flick a tit.
She said that real quick.
All right, she did. She's like,
I was close.
she's like, I know what Nina does on her free time. All right.
She flicked tits.
I love my
Are you ready, sis? You ready for yours? Here we
another
go.
one.
Yeah, let's do one more round.
Mm. Oh.
What?
What?
Witchcraft, bitchcraft.
Oh dang! Shit, that was so quick. You got that one quick.
And
That was a good one.
good one.
All right.
Go ahead, Cass. One
Cass,
more.
go ahead.
Okay, let's see.
Wait, hold on. No, she didn't.
That's a whole sentence.
Wait.
Go ahead, sis. Go ahead one more time. It's my birthday, bitches.
What was it?
It's my birthday, bitches.
Ah,
I love that one. I love
yeah.
it. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't even.
Cass's birthday was just the other day too.
Yes.
All right. My turn. Um okay, hold on. Okay.
Say it again. Big brother knows.
Chimu, you're on mute still, Chimu. I'm watching Chimu guess over there. She said her guess like she knew it. Like I she's on mute. Okay, all right. What did you say though, Cass?
I said macaronis.
Macaroni. She said macaroni. I said big brother knows. Big booty holes.
Why I gotta have the flick the titty and big booty hoes? I got like a whole like rap CD right now.
Is that what it was?
That's a whole soundtrack right there. Okay, I'll do it again.
One more time.
Big brother road. I know it's big brother. Something big.
Pig mother.
Big mother.
Roly.
Something brother road. No, not even that.
Y'all done?
Yeah.
Y'all
Okay.
are way off.
Oh, Jessica said pave your own road.
No, that's really close. That's a good one. That's really close. It was it. Should we wait one more?
One more.
Do it again. Do it
You want
again.
me to do it again? Okay.
Make something, no?
Make something road.
I want to say roly poly. I'm just like
Roly poly.
Roly poly. Yes, Real Phoenix. Real Phoenix she's the bomb.
Maiden
Maiden Mother Crow.
Oh, that's a
Real
good one.
Phoenix. She wow. We know who the lip reader is up in here. Okay. That was fun. Oh my god, I like that challenge.
That's fun.
Thank you to whoever. What's the name of the person that requested that one?
I forgot what it was a few weeks ago, wasn't it?
Oh, oh, bag.
What was it, Chimu?
You know what that was? That was the day when Nina was just blah 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 all motherfucking YouTube, and I'm like,
oh my god. Oh jeez. Huh? What?
that was that day.
That was that day? I
Was that-
remember that day.
I said, fuck it, should we do it? That's a good exercise.
Yeah,
It is.
it's a really good exercise. I like it.
Lips are really good exercises.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. What
Did you see what She said it's definitely lick my hole. LOL.
I can see roll. I
Oh
can
my god.
roll, but I could see crone, roll.
Right.
Well, yeah,
Right.
that's what it looks like.
That's a good guess, Sue.
Hmm. And it looks like Cass, Nina, and Rising Phoenix all have, these guys are all tied.
Yeah. Oh,
Mhm.
I'm in there too.
You're in there twice. Cass got
Hey,
twice.
I'm a tire.
Rolling
She
Mm.
did good, right? For like not being like for watching on the other side.
Yeah, that's funny. Flick a tit.
Flick a tit. Let's see.
Oh my God.
Okay, where should we continue this conversation? Let's keep it. Was there anything that y'all wanted to bring to the discussion table here at House of Spiritual Vibes Radio? I'm gonna wait one more a couple little minutes and be like, joining us live on Zoom here on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Is there anything y'all wanted to oh my eyelashes were sticking.
No, I think that, when you approach people, like even if you have an interest or you see something that's like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just think that when it comes to when you're giving your consent, be careful who you give your consent to, you know, because it's almost like saying, I give you permission to like fuck me over. You know what I mean? So I think that sometimes, know who to get your consent from and know that your consent's going to be, good, but also learn how to say no and learn how to show people the boundaries, you know what I mean, that you have when you're telling them yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
Just be careful with people out there. There's a
Yeah.
bunch of scammers and con artists out there too that like to prey, you know what I mean? Especially for those that they sometimes think that they don't know, but you're looking at them like,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just be careful. Very careful.
How about you, Cass?
I think the same. It's especially like with me. I interact with a lot of people at work. And sometimes I'll have a certain crystal on. And I stopped wearing them to work. I just carry them in my shirt now because a lot of people would be like reaching out, like, oh, let me see what that is, or I used to have them in the earrings too. So I'm very particular about um people doing that.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels like you're kind of like coming into my force field,
Right.
without my permission. So like if I wear my crystals, I keep them inside. Or I'll carry them with me because I'm like I don't want other people's energy on it, because now I'm carrying that with me, and I might not have something to properly clean it at that very moment, so I just be more conscious about certain people that you come across with on a daily basis. And I guess don't be afraid to say how we came up with the, oh, thank you, like blocking yourself from letting people touch your stuff if you're not comfortable with that. Certain people I don't mind it because I know those type of people and their energy and stuff like that, you know. I guess it's all preference. But if it's someone that you're not very close to and you're not too sure of their intentions, I think just coming up with a clever way to blocking them from coming into your space and invading your space and your energy and stuff like that.
You know, those type of people, they're almost like stranger danger type
Yeah.
of people that
Yeah.
just come up to you. Like, and I'm talking about the ones that come up to you like randomly in the fucking street. You know what
Yeah,
I
and they
mean?
get like real close to you. Like they want to talk real close, and I'm like,
Yeah. Those are the
yeah.
ones that, like, because a real spiritualist and a real worker don't have to go out scavenging.
Mm-hmm.
You get your people that come to you. You get your
Yeah,
clients.
because they're being drawn to you. You know, you don't have to go out there. So if you are someone who is just starting out, and like I did with the readings, you know, I was very upfront when people would ask me, um, do you do tarot readings? And I would say, yes, I do, but I've done it only for myself. And like how Nina would say, you know, recommend, you know, another reader, an advanced reader. And I would do that a lot of the times, you know. So sometimes they would take that advice, or sometimes they would be like, no, you know, I'd rather, it's okay. That's okay, you know, and they would be very patient with that, you know, and I appreciate that. But it's just being upfront and letting people know, you know, how you practice and what level of practice you're in. You know, it's okay to say I'm a beginner. I'm still learning. And I've been doing this for a few years now, you know.
Every day is a learning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every day we're learning.
that's right.
Let's see. We got another. Oh, Cuz joined us. She said, hello, beautiful ladies and everyone. Hello, Cuz, Mary Jane. Um, let's see. Real Phoenix said, what are some red flags you guys would say are typical for folks who are new and don't know what to look for? Well, the first thing I'm gonna tell you is that if you go so if you go and seek guidance from a reader, and you want to make sure that it's somebody that, maybe sticking to somebody that you're referred to by other people that have gotten services or readings, but also, look at their Facebook page, or look at their pages, their business pages, and see what reviews they have. And you do have to really be careful with when you go into a botanica, or you go into a witchy shop, or you go and get a reading done by somebody that you don't know. You definitely want to look at their reviews, look at their credibility, because a lot of people get scammed by, and we talked about it earlier in the show, getting scammed by people that are like, oh, you need this, and then they're charging you. Um i had a i had a client come into the shop one time that had brought in a candle just like this, a plain white candle. She had paid like, I want to say she had paid I think she paid like $300 for the candle. It
You
was plain,
lie.
no, it was a plain, nothing done to it candle. Like nothing done to it. White candle, no herbs, no dressing. It wasn't stuffed, it wasn't loaded, nothing. Like it was just a plain white jar candle. And that's what they told. I was like, they robbed you for your money, because they had told, that's the thing, is that they had played on her feelings, because she was in a vulnerable space.
Yeah.
She was broken, and she really in her head feared that there was something put on her. So
Mhm.
in moments like that, people can get really desperate to get some type of, to
That's
remove
crazy.
whatever it is, especially when what they're saying matches up to what you're experiencing. But the thing is that a lot of people are really good at paying attention to what you're talking about, and sometimes you end up telling people too much. So you also have to be careful with that, just being careful, making sure that you're going to people that can be trusted. um so for as far as new to the path, in going and seeking some type of a mentor or a reader or a healer, anything like that, you want to definitely make sure that they're accredited. Make sure that they're not going to uh try to hustle you, because
Mhm.
it's very common in this lifestyle, in this practice, and this belief, and you know this area. Like, it's just very
Oh,
it's very common,
yeah.
unfortunately, but it is. Um, let's see. What would who didn't Cass? Cass, did you answer that, sis?
Mm-mm. No, I just put a link to our Patreon.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's all I did.
Did you want to go ahead and answer it? Like, what do you feel?
Oh, about the red flags?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what are some red flags you guys would say are typical for folks who are new and don't know what to look for?
Like going into a shop or just with someone, I would say red flags if especially if the person that you're seeking guidance from, or like how Nina said, looking for someone um who practices and you're looking up to, just to, I guess, not train off of them, but like, just observe. You want to make sure that these people are in the right state of mind, and that they're not in any way like harmful to themselves and to others and stuff like that, because I have seen where practitioners probably have taken it a little too far, more on the, what we call it, the left hand path, right, the darker path. And so it kind of backfired everything that they did, that they would try to do. So
Mm.
and then they weren't, like, it really worsened their mental state. So you have to really look out for um people like that who practice the path, and just make sure that they're in a a good state of mind,
Right.
you know
Mhm.
health wise, mental health.
Right.
Yeah, Erica said, respect personal space. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Because I think
definitely.
the number one red flag right there.
Mm-hmm.
If there's someone who comes out up to you from outside, right? Like you're grocery shopping, you know what I mean? Because we know these hoes are out there. They're out
Oh,
there, you know what I'm saying? And if you are rejecting that communication, right? And you're rejecting um that talk, that contract, just being right there real quick, and they're still like, but hold on, like that right there, and it
oh,
is a red fucking flag.
yeah. Where they get persistent.
Very.
Yeah.
If
Mm-hmm.
you get someone who is extremely persistent to still trying to talk to you about what they see in your aura or these flowers that you're carrying and blah 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 blah
Mm-hmm.
blah, red flag right there. That means that they're looking to pay a bill real motherfucking quick, and they're looking for the victim.
Mm-hmm. And
Never.
and I don't know how they get people to give them, like, I was in a Chinese restaurant one time with one of my girls, and she had like this gold ring that her father had given her. And the lady came in there and told her, like, oh, that ring that you have has a curse on it. Yeah, you're never going to have, because you have this ring, you're never going to have a good relationship. Something on this ring, the person that gave it to you. And then she asked who gave it to you, and then my friend had said her dad gave it to her. But it's like right there, I was like telling her, don't tell her nothing, like, I was
Yeah.
like, why are
Yeah.
you Don't talk to this lady. And she literally took, I saw her take the ring off and hand it to the woman. And I'm over there ordering
Yeah,
my food, you know,
they
and then all of a sudden I turned around and I was like, "Did you give her the ring?" She's like, "Yeah, I gave it to her because she said it had a curse on it and that she could break the curse, but she needed the ring." I was like I
I
was like
bet she
I was like,
never saw that
"Stupid."
ring again,
No, she
did
never saw that ring again.
she?
Never.
Mm-mm.
And since you gave that woman that consent to take that motherfucking ring, who you gonna call? Cops?
Mm-hmm.
Now. But who you gonna call? Your mama? Your cousin?
Mm-hmm.
Your sister? To find this bitch around the corner somewhere? Oh. Because you
And
gave.
sometimes they'll be listening to phone conversations too. Like if you're in an aisle at like a grocery store and you
That's
over
right.
there talking on the phone and you just like telling so and so all about what you got going on, they could be on the other side of that aisle listening to what you're talking about, come
Yeah.
right around that aisle and be like, "Oh, you know, I get an energy from you that you're going
Mhm.
through a breakup and right now that you're needing to know answers if like just like telling that person exactly what they just got off the phone talking about and they're over here like, oh my gosh, like how does she know, like so it's so easy to um fall victim to people using your weaknesses.
Mhm.
So, definitely being very careful with who you
Mhm.
tell your business to and with how much you talk about what you got going on, So, just being careful, especially when you're coming into this path and you're working magic and you're doing spell work and you're doing divination and you're doing energy work and you're opening your chakras and you're doing self-love and you're doing shadow work, all these things that you do, it's like you're opening yourself to more and more magic. So when you do that, it kind of comes with the territory. There's gonna be times that other people are gonna try to throw at you, and it's another like warning, like just be warned that it's not a path that it's yeah, it's like very beautiful, but at the same time it's challenging, and it's also something that's going to constantly put you into a space where you have to elevate yourself, whether it be having more patience or defense, like working your defense magic, or positivity or whatever, self-love and shadow work is always like one of the hardest ones that I know of,
Mhm.
and also from my experience, like that shadow work. Whew, when we
Yeah.
we talk about it.
Yeah, I know.
um yeah, let's see. I want to see if we have any more questions. You guys are coming up with really good questions. Thank you guys
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
much.
Very good.
Uh oh, I guess there's fires going on over by Sister
Denise.
Denise, yeah. Okay, but they've contained it. Yeah.
Yeah, she said she sent me a message earlier because
Oh,
it was
right.
happening yesterday.
Oh, geez. Yeah. Um, Phoenix said $300 for a Dollar General candle. Dang, right? That's
Yeah.
Dollar Tree. That ain't even Dollar General. That was Dollar Tree right there. Like,
Crazy.
yep, that's
And
what
here
that was.
they
I was shocked. I was like, what the?
my best candles.
But that's the thing is that imagine the type of karma that
Man.
that person is going to get. Like they're like putting it to where they're like the generations that follow hers, they're all going to struggle financially because she's literally stealing people's money, like
Yeah.
using
Well, you think
their
about that, you know how that culture is.
right,
You know what I mean? Or, not all of it, but certain people who want to live that type of lifestyle.
right.
They're still doing it till this day. So you kind of know more or less how karma has been to their generation, that certain family generation for years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. um Mm-hmm. Desert Siren said, "Do y'all feel there's too high of a price for spell work? I've seen some charging hundreds and hundreds, sometimes thousands for work. I'm like, what? WTF? I almost said it. Chimo, you muted yourself, Chimo.
See? Yeah.
You know, I say it depends.
Uh-huh.
I say it depends.
Mm,
Reasoning why I say it depends is because if I'm gonna do something to use something that I know this is gonna hit, you know what I mean? And I know this is the backup I need. So I'm gonna give an example. If I'm gonna do something that's gonna require sand from 3 different coastals and maybe a Caribbean, I gotta
mm.
get that. You get what I mean? However, it still does depend on the working, but there's some workings that there's $60. There's some workings that are 80. There's some workings that will cost you, especially if you're looking at court cases.
Yep.
Because
I was
this
just gonna say that.
energy
Thank
that
you.
you gotta
Yes.
really fucking pull.
Yeah.
And, so it's for me, it's a flip of the coin depending on what type of work it is. If
Mm-hmm.
that makes any sense. That's just how I see it. But everything has a price, right?
Right.
So I guess it all depends on the person who's giving the consent, the buyer who's giving the consent to the worker.
Mm-hmm.
It all depends.
Yeah, and I agree. I feel that it would depend on the ingredients, like Chimu said, and
Mm.
also the amount of time. Because there's some days, there's some spells that you got to work a whole week. There's some spells that you want to work, some workings that could take a month.
Yeah.
If you're doing consistently, now that's the thing, is that you also have to trust, as the client hiring the practitioner, that they're going to be consistent with your spell work, because if they're not consistent, then you're wasting your money.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that's the other thing. With hiring for spell work, what I usually do is I put kits together, and I let the client know what they need to do with the things that I am sending them. That's a lot of times the cheapest way, but sometimes people they don't want to do it, or they don't like to do it because they feel that they don't like they're not able to do it, or they're not like energetically able
Right.
to do it,
Confident in doing this.
confident,
Right.
like, yeah. um but I definitely agree that it depends on the ingredient, because I have an herb. I have an herb that I got that is literally like half an ounce, and I paid like $50 for it. And I'm not talking, it wasn't Mary Jane either. It was another type of herb, but that's a lot to pay for half an ounce of
Yeah.
an herb. So like it depends. It really does depend on, if you're using like a cow tongue. Cow tongues are expensive nowadays. They Back in the
Yeah.
day they used to be
Poor
cheap.
man's food anymore, right?
And they're not. So now, those are the prices have gone up on those.
Yeah.
So it depends on the ingredients and the time, the amount of time. I definitely feel like if you want to be a little bit more savvy with how much you're gonna spend for a spell, then get a kit and DIY. DIY that shit,
Mm-hmm.
make it happen.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, what do you think, Cass?
Yeah, I think so too. Think it's just, just the amount of energy that person has to put into it. You got to think about, like, for me, I have a family, I have a household and I'm taking my time out of them to do this spell work. So yeah, it might be a little pricey depending on the day of the week that I'm doing it on, or something like that. Ingredients, like you said, it's just a lot of work, and it all depends on the type of work that you are seeking from this practitioner too,
Mm-hmm.
like karmic type magic, how Chimo says it, the baneful magic, the return to sender type stuff, and even some of the darker stuff will run you high, you know, because it's not just only our energy that we're using. We are being guided by our deities, by our ancestors, and by spirit guides and whoever else that we call upon, you know, and
Remember though too, because it's like, you know, if we most likely are using some type of spirit, deity, muerto, whatever it is, right?
mhm,
There's still offerings that we have to
Give for
abide
them.
good
giving
for
them.
them. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I always say when the cost of food goes up, so does the spell.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Simple as that.
Mhm.
So if my goat's milk was $13 2-3 years ago, and now that motherfucker's over 25,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna cost you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you have to think about it that way. You know, we're not in farms. We don't live in farms.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You so we do rely on certain sources like a grocery store. We do rely on our farmers market, and you better they're tripling their prices.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we rely on sources on online, um natural, organic, herbal
Mm-hmm.
fucking companies. So guess what? There's a price to pay for everything, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But I just think that, you know, it's just making sure that, you know, like whatever the work is, there's a different price for each type of work,
Mhm. Mhm.
you know. Yeah,
And then
imagine I
I
do
think
some big
too,
old court case and I give
right.
my son a piece of bread and coffee.
Piece of bread, a cracker with some cream cheese on it. Can't put no cream cheese on this cracker. Oh my god.
What? Y galleta?
Amiga. Oh my gosh.
Guilty. Not too late.
I think it depends on the person too. It depends on the practitioner. Cause could you imagine like you know, like what somebody would pay to get like a astrology reading for Walter Mercado? Like, you know, how much somebody would pay for something like that? It
Yeah.
really depends. Like if they're accredited and they got some rank, you know, and I could see it, you know, and if it's what they do for a living, I could see it. They got bills they're paying too, you know, so I definitely get that. At the same time, I feel like the practitioner should always be fair too, you know,
Yes.
making
Mhm.
sure that their prices are fair for
Right.
what it is that they're doing. So if you're gonna charge a whole month for doing a spell once a week for 4 weeks, you know, like don't price your service at, you know, if one of those days is dedicated, one day is dedicated out of the week to that spell, don't charge for a whole 30 days.
Yeah.
That's literally 4 days of
Yeah.
spell work. You know,
Mhm.
don't you know, if you want to adjust your price, like if it's going to take up space on your altar, you know, if it's something like that where you have to leave it there on, you know, on a money altar or on a love altar or a deity or whatever, you're keeping it there, then adjust your pricing. Maybe don't charge what you would if you were doing a consistent right there, putting it together, and you know that price might be different from it you know, paying a fee for having a section on your altar or having a, you know, but then also to make sure that you give a percentage of that, you know, if you're working with a deity and you're working at an altar, giving that deity a percentage of what you're charging for it to sit there, because
Yeah.
yeah, it's your home, but ultimately it's your deity's altar, so you want to break bread.
Right?
um yes, so I feel like we all kind of agree on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Real Phoenix said there are folks who will say I'm this title from this house, and it's a lie. How can you verify if someone's house or whatever the case may be is legit? Mm.
That's a yummy question. However, I cannot answer that question porque yo no soy en casa.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna keep it that way. I know it goes on in my house. What?
This house is my
Okay.
okay.
But however, yo no soy
Yeah,
vaga.
I think Nina's more qualified to answer that
Okay.
question.
Okay, so let's see. What was it? There are folks who will say I'm this title from this house. So if they give a title of who they are, I see a lot of people doing, oh, not even in within my religion, but like when it comes to like paganism, um I've seen a lot of people like, oh, I'm the priestess or I'm the high priestess. I've seen a lot of people nickname themselves, deem themselves to be, a title like that. Now in in religions and ilas or in houses, it's kind of depending on where it's at. For example, if it's a ila or a house in Chicago, it's really easy to find out about certain houses because word gets around. You'll know who good babas are, you know who bad babas are, the bad babas are usually the ones who are out there poaching clients. The good babas are the ones that are too busy working with their god kids to even bother looking for other people. So and within certain religions, there's not a whole squad of people that can call themselves the high anything of this specific house, because those aren't the things that we use. There's different levels of initiations, but those are kind of like there it's people know about it when they've gotten it, and when they've gotten it, it's like you can kind of, you'll know. So for example, I have a certain initiation, and if I talk to somebody else who says that they've gotten that initiation as well, not every initiation is going to be the same because each house is different, but at least the guts of it are very similar. So they'll be like, yeah, I had to do this, I had to do that, I got this and I got that. And it's like, yeah, like all those things it's like almost like filling in the boxes, like check, check, check. Okay, they're this, because it's something that it's a title that I hold too. So I'll recognize who has those titles, but also too, don't take everybody's not everybody's word is coming from an honest place, so definitely. And I guess too, depending on the religion, there's certain things that people that have certain initiations can do and certain things that they can't do. So if they're saying that they have like a certain initiation, you'll know based off of the things that they can and they can't participate in.
Mhm.
um so yeah, it's kind of a lot. Like there's a lot with that too. You want to make sure if you're trying to get involved with a house or an ile, you definitely want to maybe go to a like a convention. You want to, maybe go into a conference, like, because conferences or conventions are usually public, they're open for public. Sitting in on one of those and kind of filling it out, talking to members and seeing what those members are like, the personalities, see how the person is that they follow, because when certain people are involved in something, you kind of have to look at that head person, and from there you get a good idea of what the people are like who are following or who are devoted to that head person. So I guess they're in certain houses, just looking at the behaviors and talking and seeing what type of energies or how they're acting or how they're talking. um all of those things should definitely be in a respectful order.
Mhm.
um that was a really good question. I was like,
It
damn,
was.
on the spot with that one. I was like, I was like, let's see what everybody else says, and then they were like, oh, I was like,
Like, I don't know.
I thought like, maybe even a church house though. That kind of, you know, I guess they can't false flag in church houses either though, because there's only like one main, and then there's the
Yeah.
this and the that, and but there's the main. That's what's most important is the main.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody else is only a link of that. Get to know the head person, right? Like the priest, within the house, within the ile, you
Mm-hmm.
know, yeah, getting to know that person. That'll tell you a whole lot about the people that are in there, and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
have that person tell you who's who.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like have that person say, "Oh, this is so and so. They're a blah blah blah. They do this or they do that." You know, if there's somebody, that person is gonna introduce them as who they are. So that's another way. Who over here babbling? I finally got an answer out. I got a real answer. Thank you, divine. Thank you, spirits. Oh my god. Let's see.
My God.
Oh, Denise, that's a good one. Denise said, I agree, Desert Siren, like for teaching Reiki, always so high. Oh, okay. So for teaching Reiki, that they charge a lot for learning how to do Reiki.
I've seen that.
I've
Yeah.
seen that too. But you can go on YouTube. I mean, you won't get the certificate, but I mean, certificate is like a printed
Yeah, that's
paper
like if
from a
you wanted to actually start your own little Reiki business, but if you want to do it for yourself, for your family, and for your
right.
animals, you could easily find, classes like you said, Nina, on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
or how other people just practice their own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, getting in touch with your own energy too.
Yeah.
Practice energy work on yourself.
Um, yeah, because there's a lot of, I mean, there's people that teach Reiki on YouTube that are actually teachers, that they're actually instructors. So even if you find somebody that has like a lot of subscribers and they happen to have like a web page that you can go and check out and they seem legit, learning from them too. And again, if you want to, it's not really the learning the Reiki that is it's that the certificate that you're actually really paying for. You're paying for a certificate that shows that you've gone through your Reiki courses, and that that you received a degree in it. Like that's really what you're paying for. And those usually have like there's like tests that you take after courses. So maybe if you're just wanting to see what it's like and learn like some basics, looking at YouTube and then deciding from there if it's going to be worth an investment for you. Like
Right.
how Cass said, if you're going to be taking clients and stuff like that, wanting to invest in something that's going to invest in what is going to invest in you.
Yeah.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jessica said, wow, all the karma that ring lady, man, that's goofy, taking ancestral jewelry. Yeah, shiesty AF. Yep.
Yep.
There are people that's shiesty out there. It's is real.
Oh,
I mean, um, oh nice. Okay, yeah. Desert Siren said that she found a local teacher through a college for $60 first level. Of course, second and third are more, but I was happy with the first level.
Mm-hmm.
That's good
yes.
too. The first level is perfect for doing spell work and things. You can use those signs that you learn in like the first level to start doing spell work, and even sending energy to other people.
Mm-hmm.
Um Jessica said a good Beltane ritual anyone follows. Oh, any good Beltane rituals anyone follows.
I'm trying to think.
Follow, like, I don't particularly practice any certain,
I
I won't
I, I
like
was
go.
over here. I was over here waiting for somebody to say what Beltane was. I'm like, let me just drink my drink and see what everybody says. I don't follow. Yeah, I don't follow. I follow moon phases. I
Yeah.
follow. seasons, like, but
Mm-hmm.
I guess not like that as far as like the wheel of the year. I did want to do it once. Like I did want to try it out once.
Yeah.
I just never got to doing it.
Yeah. I wanted to do it, but Beltane, I think with Beltane, because it's springtime, things are springing up.
Hmm.
So she's just like a well, what I did this
What we
year.
do is spring. Okay,
Yeah.
see that's now I can answer that because
Yeah.
I'm
Because
like,
what can
what's
you do?
about
Yeah.
take?
Beltane is like it's springtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what because I have a book that has all the, how do you say it, Chimu? All the
The Sabbath.
Sabbaths. I always
Yeah.
forget.
You're on mute,
Um,
Chimo.
yeah. So with this with the Beltane Sabbath,
Mean mug.
but it doesn't show at the bottom.
He's
But it
fucking with me, man.
No,
um
yeah, I knew it was I know it's a Sabbath, but I didn't know where. I wanted to assume that it was
springtime.
spring because she's
Yeah.
asking right now, so I'm like, it's probably spring.
It's now. Yeah,
Right.
it's more so like sensual and sexual feeling because
Mm-hmm.
like just like now all the birds and the animals are in mating season. So it's
Mm-hmm.
mating season. So what do you want to bring into fruition?
Right. What are you creating?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what are
what are you creating for this new
Beltane
year?
is like that fertility stage.
Mm-hmm.
So you have Beltane, you have for me, I see it as like a stage of fertility. So yes, there's a lot of love making, sex, babies popping out for the spring, so it's like it all depends on what you're trying to and it's a rebirth as well. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? A new growth, you know. So I guess it's all depending on what you're feeling that you need to do at the moment, like in that type of Sabbath. Like what are you trying to regrow? What are you trying to fertilize? That's a good Sabbath. So if you're someone who's trying to get pregnant, you know, I believe in there's a season, there's a reason for every season. You know what I mean? And I believe that during that time, that is like if you want to get pregnant and maybe you're having difficulties getting pregnant, that's a good time to do a nice little pregnancy ritual. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. For me, I'm all about out with the old, in with the new.
Mm.
Yeah,
It's like spring is a good
cleaning.
time for
Yeah,
doing cleaning, but
Mhm.
also cleansing. And
yeah,
then, redoing, any type of, if you have witches balls hanging up in your home, refreshing those or redoing those. Or even if you have like sigils that you wrote around the house with like cascarilla, maybe cleaning those off, redoing some new ones, and like doing your floor sweeps and your mop waters, and cleaning the walls, or making like a spray, like an intentional spray. So yeah, really getting rid of any like old or stagnant spell work or energy, or and refreshing everything, refreshing, and creating, because it's fertility. Fertility doesn't have to, it doesn't have to mean baby making, but maybe you're working on starting your business. Maybe your business is going to be your baby. Maybe
Mhm.
working on, it I use that because that's more like me. Whatever it is that you're wanting to bring in, whatever it is that you're working toward, and using the spring to be that month, or that
yeah,
season for you to uh do spell work to bring that in, and releasing anything from the year prior.
yeah. Like
Right.
what's that song from Stevie B? Spring Love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just like,
Yeah.
if you are seeking out or have someone in mind that you want serious about,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
starting a new
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah, starting a new relationship with yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even, if you want to start a new relationship with yourself, you're rebuilding yourself and rediscovering yourself. You
Yeah.
know, those are really good times to do that too. I like I love spring because I get to wear like these bright, like crazy colors. I love wearing really bright stuff because the sun starts to get brighter, and
Mm.
it's like when you're out in the sun and you're wearing a bright color, is like I feel like I just absorb more of that like
Energy of the
warmth, like that warm sun energy, and I don't
Mhm.
know, it's just
Yeah.
Mhm.
so I really love that too. It's definitely a time where like happiness starts to like be like that spark comes back of like being happy and enjoying your environment and the
And
nature
I
and
think it's
birds and
true. Like if like I always say, like there's nothing wrong with like working with Sabbats or equinoxes, because there's a difference between the two as well, you know.
uh-huh.
I always say like those simple things like working with Sabbats and equinoxes, I always say those are good for like, our little brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
even seasons, which is too, like they're still so good, you know what I mean? Like working like again, some people work with equinoxes and some people work with Sabbats and some people work with seasons, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
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 Let's see. Erica said if you feel drawn to someone, you gotta go with your intuition. Same
Yeah.
goes for if you're drawn away. Gotta trust your gut. Yes.
So,
Um, let's see. Desert said, I just seen websites advertising for like a breakup spell for $699 or come back for 800. Why does the breakup cost less than the
Yeah. Right.
the breakup cost less than the comeback? So I was like, girl, you crazy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, see, that's
break
like
is more than the comeback.
right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The breakup should cost more than the comeback. The comeback is the easy. The breakup is the hard one. That's like, yeah, that's the hard, I don't know. I would say my personal opinion. I guess because the way that my spell work is like the comeback is not that it's not that hard. It's the
It's
breakup.
breakup.
I have a problem keeping them away. Just kidding. The problem ain't getting them back. The problem is keeping them away. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Koya said they maybe also provide an experience too. Oh, maybe they do provide an experience, like if you're going to their place and they're, um teaching
First of all,
you.
what area code is that? Because if I see an area code and it ain't of this country,
Uh
fuck your experience. I
uh
ain't got
uh yeah. If there's a
in
plus mark in
unmarked
there.
territory. No, you're walking in unmarked territory.
uh
Think about that. This is unmarked territory, boo. That means I'm giving my consent to walk on your grounds? Absolutely not. No,
mhm.
no, sir. Not I. Mm-mm.
Let's
Fuck the
see.
experience. I ain't flying to you for that. Now, if I was working with a practitioner who moved to the next state down, or the next state on the both sides of me, or the next state above me, and I've been working with that practitioner, now that's different. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But nothing to where it's not someone that I've known, that I've been working with and doing things like that. Hell no.
Mhm.
Mm-mm. You gotta
Scotty
be.
is here.
Yeah.
I see
Scotty
Scotty
made
right here. He said, "Hey, my beautiful, lovely sisters. Hey, sister."
I love me some Scotty.
I know I love me some Scotty too.
I do.
Everybody's talking about tortillas.
Yes.
What's everybody's favorite tortilla? Do you like harina? Do you like maíz?
I
Tell us your favorite tortilla.
Girl, you know what? I love
Uh,
a blue corn tortilla.
oh yeah.
A blue corn one, you said?
Mhm. Yeah.
Blue. The blue corn tortilla.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had that.
They're the shits.
To me, it all depends on what kind of meat is being served.
On what's being served.
Yeah.
I grew up on flour tortillas. Like my grandma and my mom used to make them like my grandma would wake up every morning and have like a stack of like flour tortillas made by like 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
and beans and like a big pot of beans. Like that's what we would eat.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but I really like the corn tortillas, like the ones that you put the made in front of you type of ones where you put it in the metal and you bring it down and then you put it on the comal. You know who makes those? Carnitas Don Alfredo makes them in Melrose Park.
Mm-hmm.
They're good. Yeah, so if y'all ever go and get tacos, stop over there. Tell them Nina sent you. No, I'm just kidding. Tell Jose that Nina sent you.
No.
There got to be a Jose in there somewhere. Yeah, I guess it really does depend on what you're eating. Tammy is here. She said, "Namaste, Nina. Namaste, Tammy." Mike. Scotty said, "I'm the queen of the good green." LOL. All right. Let's see. Now they're talking about green.
I talking about green.
They talking about green over here. Um, okay. Tammy said, "No, I have to say I must disagree. They always do a lot of falsification in those buildings.
What?
Falsification and I don't
I
know.
we're talking about houses and church.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
You know,
Falsifications in those buildings. Evangelist buildings. Yeah, I don't know. I can't. I'm That's not my religion, so I can't really talk about um let's see. Oh, Tammy asked, what exactly is Reiki?
rank
So, Reiki.
Reiki.
Yeah. So Reiki is you learning how to um bring in universal energy into your being and to learn how to push that energy out through your hands into another person to balance their chakras, to remove certain energies that are within their chakras or their auric field. And it's really pulling out the bad and bringing in good. So if that person needs healing, so pushing in healing energy to help to heal their body if they have any type of illnesses or ailments or anything like that. It's a form of energy work. So Reiki is basically learning how to connect with that energy from source, learning how to pull it into you, and then learning how to put it into something or somebody else. So that's where they get like Reiki charged items. It's also learning different symbols too, because Reiki has symbols, and that's kind of those are the things that you learn like in level 1, level 2, and level 3. And then after level 3, you get an attunement from your Reiki coach or Reiki teacher or instructor, whatever you want to call them. But that's what Reiki is to me. Do you guys want to add anything?
no, I'm not. I'm familiar with Reiki, but I never knew how it worked.
Okay.
Like I know it was like pushing energy in. I didn't know there was like certain symbols and stuff like that to it. So that's pretty cool to learn.
Yeah.
See, you learn every day, right?
Yeah. I did my level 2. I didn't finish, but I got my level 2.
Oh, that's cool.
I could finish because I purchased all the classes. I went to 2 and then I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened after that, but I'm on level 2. Did you want to include anything in that, sis?
In Reiki,
Yeah.
I know when you're doing Reiki, there's no drinking involved. Like you can't drink. I've heard. Again, I don't do Reiki. That's not big in my practice. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
It is a good practice to still learn how to do, even if it is like, I guess you could say like level one, because in spell work, we still have to learn how to pull in and push out. You know what I mean? Obviously, with our hand, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as far as like that, yeah, like I mean, it's not too much of a heavy practice, but I do know that though, when you are doing Reiki, you're supposed to be eating clean,
Hmm.
drinking clean, because of the energy work that you're doing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like almost a form of fasting when you're doing these types of classes. So it's interesting though. I
Mhm.
know.
Um, let's see. Desert Siren said, "You're right, Nina. Unless you're gonna start a business, the certificate looks nice, but it's just a piece of paper." Yeah.
Mhm.
Koya said, "There's villains and heroes in the world of magic." Yes, there is. Um, let's see. Desert Siren said, "Curanderismo is taught in my family, but because there's no certificate, I don't feel like I'm a straight up curandera. It's just taught and common in our household." I see with that. I feel like you don't need this. Look at you don't. I'm gonna read Chimu's lips because we didn't hear her. I don't know if she muted again, but
You
yeah, she muted.
you
Oh,
do not.
hold on. Yes.
These are traditions. These
Mhm.
are handed down traditions,
Mm-hmm.
handed down by your ancestors to your ancestors to your ancestors to when it got to you. There's no certification for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because this is a form of a traditional practice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's in your DNA. You know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that's your certificate right there.
That's your certificate. Yep. There you go.
Ancestors, boo.
Yep. I agree. I agree. Denise said Reiki is a Japanese form of alternative medicine called energy healing by using symbols and hands on. Yes. Thank you so much, Denise, for adding that. Um, Desert Siren said Beltane fire is traditional and or just planting, gardening, and dancing is a good ritual. Yes. See, I
Yeah.
do all those things. So I'm over here. Yeah, that's the thing. I guess we when you're in tune, you just tend to like flow with it and
Mhm.
so like yeah, just like let yourself flow with it because that could be a ritual right there, dancing around in a garden, putting a garden together, creating an altar space outside where you can be at one with nature.
Yeah.
That right there is a good way to celebrate as well. Let's see. I love all the interaction. Thank you guys.
I know, right?
All right. Thank you.
Um Tammy said the best lesson and teachings are always the best ones that come from home, Desert Siren. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Desert Siren said it's a fertility festival. Oh my God.
You, telling you, those who are trying to get pregnant, my secret to you, boo boo, that's the only secret that I'm gonna give you. But that's a good time for women, even men, who are having difficulty in pregnancy is a best time for that type of ritual. Yes.
Mhm. Um, Erica said gatherings, celebrations, feasting, parties. And then Scotty said, "Thank you, sisters, for telling us about Beltane." Yes, you're welcome. I'm like, "You're welcome." I didn't even know that. Oh my god, I'm so trifling. Um
Mhm.
let's see. Um let's see. I'm trying to see if there's any more. Gaga Boosh is here. Go ahead, Chimo.
Gaga boo.
Hey.
Like, go ahead, Chimo.
Yeah.
I love it. I love hearing
I
that.
knew she was gonna do it. I was like 3, 2. uh
Andango. I love it. Gaga.
Gaga Boosh said, I read it's a fire energy, so I did burning, bonfire, sex, and planting purge. I finally planted my marigolds during that time and learned about fairy offerings and the Aziza fairies in African mythology. Ooh, I'm gonna have to look those up.
Nice. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Aziza fairies in African mythology. Yes.
Mm,
Um Yeah, for fairy magic, this is a good time to do some fairy magic right now. So I'm actually gonna do a fairy garden outside. I have like stuff that I need to put together, so I'm looking forward to doing that.
That was one of my birthday gifts.
Was it?
I got a fairy door with a couple windows.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
turn one of my stumps or the tree in the back.
Oh, I love
I'm gonna
that.
dedicate an area just for the fairies back there.
Oh,
nice.
Because I know I have some back there. I've gotten the mushroom ring
uh-huh.
a
The
couple.
mushroom ring.
Yeah,
Nice.
I know they're out there.
Yeah, it's a perfect place. Shit, if I was a fairy, I'd live out there. You got the river, you got the woods, you got, everything right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot, if I was a fairy, I'd be right up in there in your backyard, sis. Like um yeah, that's a big step. She gonna give them a key to the house.
I know, right? Stuff missing. Oh my goodness.
I'm telling you, my little leprechaun, Mr. Lucky, he's like I still have not found those. I mean, I don't even care anymore because I already got like the new ones in, but my credit cards were like gone.
Nope.
Yeah.
Did
I
you
was
even find them?
I didn't find the old ones. I canceled them and I reordered some new ones. Yeah, because I was like, I,
Oh,
I was over here looking everywhere. Couldn't find them.
little fuck.
right.
Dang.
uh let's see. Oh, Vanessa Augusto. She said, "Hey, finally catch a live. Yes. Welcome, welcome." Mama Sweet said, "Celebrating all the blessings in being alive." Yes,
Yes.
Ache. Uh,
Out of the darkness. Good time to
oh. Scotty said, "My little sister Kayla is pregnant with her third baby.
Oh wow.
I know she's gonna name it Lilith for a girl or Osiris if it's a boy. We're so excited, sisters. I wanted to share that with you all.
Yeah,
Congratulations,
congrats.
Scotty.
and many
Yes. Yes, many blessings. Um, yeah, and congratulations to Kayla. Let's see. Desert Siren said, oh, okay, no, she's talking to somebody else. She ain't talking to me. uh, oh, Denise said homemade tortillas. Yes, homemade ones are the best. um, let's see. I'm trying to see if anybody else. Yeah, Koya, definitely. She said, I think I'm gifted with Reiki because of my special breath, her healing breath that she has. She's been using that thing so much since her reading. She'll just come up and she'll be like, I just healed you. I'm like, thank you. Desert Siren said, Nina, my grandmother and mom made fresh flour tortillas every morning too. Get one and put a piece of green chile in it and roll it up. Yum. Mmm. I used to take I used to put because we'd get like the butter. What we always got like the what is it that brown container? What is that butter that country crack? I don't
Country.
even think that's butter. That's like vegetable oil spread.
No, because that's the butter that Manny gets us.
I like that cheap ass butter.
He loves that butter, girl. You don't
Yeah,
want
it
no other
probably
butter.
makes it.
It has to
It
be
probably brings back the memories.
like the churn style. Like
Yeah, I would take the flour tortillas and like take a nice little rub around it, put some salt on it. Yeah, roll that motherfucker out. I
Yeah.
got so good, I put it like that and just it'd be
Yup.
rolled up. Like y'all know what I'm talking about, tortilla eaters. You know about the hand thing,
One roll.
that you dip it in your caldo.
yeah.
Like the end.
That's what you gotta do.
uh, let's see. Koya said, "I'm the blackest Mexican ever. LOL. I love me some fresh tortillas." She does. She should be dancing around eating one. I'm like, yeah, you're dark skinned Mexican. um, let's see. Denise said, I used to have tortilla party teaching how to make them. Invited Mormons, Jehovah people who came to my door." she would invite the she would invite the people that came to her
You want
door.
to talk about Jesus? Let's go make tortillas
Right,
together.
let's
Just
go make
like,
tortillas.
because
Uh-huh.
you interrupting my time, and then
Uh-huh.
but you gonna help me.
Yep.
Wash your hands.
Right.
I love it. That's good though.
Let's see. Yeah, I do have I have charged moss. Yes, I do. Um oh, tortilla Zoom cooking class. Oh,
Yes.
that would be cool. That's a good idea. Let's see. I think that I'll be in your. Oh, Scotty said I'll be in your backyard, sis. We all gonna be back there.
See Scotty back there too. Yes.
I
Yeah.
know. Like we'd be like holding hands, spinning around, like
Will be the mystical
Dancing in the
creatures.
mushroom ring.
right. um, Scotty said I'm making a fairy garden, but have to find somewhere where the dogs won't get in it. LOL.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Um, Koya asked, "What is your favorite type of magic?" I love anything I can craft in, like anything that I can like make something. That's
Yeah.
pretty much everything. Like, I mean, but I know that um I guess like incorporating the art with it. Hmm. What's y'all's favorite?
I like it all.
Yeah. I was gonna say I
Yeah.
like I don't have a I like doing
Right.
it all. I think
Yeah.
it's all lumped up in one big magic ball.
Right.
Just
I
like
think
what I feel like doing today. This.
right.
It's just
Yeah.
like I don't do like how some certain people will be like, I don't do this, I don't do that. I do what's necessary. I'll be
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. That's
mhm.
good.
Yeah.
I feel that for me divination is the one that's more like it. I feel I like it the most because it helps other people, you know. So like helping other people is like I would have to say that doing readings is probably one of my favorites. If I had to choose one, um I would say doing readings. Yeah.
Agree.
That's a good one.
Have to choose? I have to choose.
Look at Chimu's face. Chimu's like, I like to throw that shit. I like that.
Return to senders.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You know what? Yeah. I like to create different things is what I like to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she just said too. I like making paintings or things. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Crafting, talismans, candle work, herbal remedies. Oh, like what type of things do you like to put together? Like what type of spells are your favorite to put together? Like she's asking like is this crafting, like doing talismans, candle work, herbal remedies, like
See,
herbal, all of
that's
it?
thing.
Yeah.
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 I like doing it all. I like doing it all.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy the candle magic. I enjoy the water magic. I enjoy the air. I enjoy working with the birds. I enjoy the nature.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy, the other side of my yin to my yang. I enjoy
Mm-hmm.
that. I enjoy it all. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy it all. It's so hard to pick. I
Yeah.
guess it's because I taught myself to not get comfortable doing just one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I got myself accustomed to doing multiple different things when it comes down to magic, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to sit here and say this is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I feel like there's things that I gravitate to, like more, like and some okay. So right now I'm really like into, wanting to like like wanting to forage things like that grow naturally in the yard or, so right now I'm kind of trying to learn like different things like what we have in this area,
Mhm.
so that I can forage. So
Mhm.
that's more tied in with like herbs, like tied in with herbs and foraging and stuff. So right now that's where I'm at. Like my interests are there right now. But yeah, it's like Scotty said, don't be limited, be limitless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ache.
Mhm.
Um Okay. So should we try to do one more challenge really quick before we jump off? We'll go
Yeah,
around
we
one
could do one
more
more.
and then yeah, because we're already at our time.
Mhm.
This was
That
a
was
really good
fun.
conversation. I like
Yeah.
this one. Okay. Chimu,
Go last.
you go last?
Mhm.
Okay. Who goes first?
I'll go first.
Okay. Yeah, ready. Sarsaparilla.
Sprinkle juice. Do it again.
Spiritual?
No. Scripture.
Uh say it again. Um
Speak the truth.
Ah, all
Okay, it
right.
was close. Speak your truth.
Oh,
Speak.
I like that. Sarsaparilla.
Yes.
Sarsaparilla.
Ali Ali
Mhm.
oxen free. Okay, my turn. All right.
Do it again. How you doing?
like that. You got a new soup?
We got a new soup.
New soup. One more time.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
You got it.
It sounded like you were saying something tutu, and I'm like, no, you can't do that.
Oh my God, that was funny.
Oh my goodness. Okay, my turn.
Yeah. Oh, Gaga Boosh got it right for Speak Your Truth. Yeah,
Speak Your
Gaga
Truth.
Boosh got it right. Let's see. All right, go ahead. Your turn.
In our
Joy-
magical workshops. Join our magical workshops. No.
No, I was gonna say that too. Damn, we over here trying to we're trying to advertise.
I know, right? Close. Stay close.
Okay.
I can't get the
Candle,
first part.
Candle Magic Workshop.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I got it. Yes. Oh my God. I'm such a loud I when I win loud.
Yeah.
Everybody knows I got a point. Y'all hear that?
I didn't see that.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, so that was fun. All right, so what are we gonna go ahead and plug? Where can we find you tomorrow, Sister Cass?
I will be on Instagram tomorrow at 6 p.m. Come join me for Reflection Friday. I do tarot for donations. I help you reflect back on your week and gain some clarity and some insight on whatever situation you're going through so that you can have a peaceful weekend. So come join me, Cass La Sassy Bruja, on Instagram tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yay! And we do also have Chimo. You want to plug our Patreon?
We have the Patreon.
She was just waiting. Go ahead, sis.
We do though. We finally got Patreon.
Yeah.
So those who have already joined the Patreon,
Yes, thank you.
Y'all are our favorite people. No, just kidding.
like we really do, you know.
Yes.
So the link, we can post up the link in the comments and in the bio. And other than that, look, we got the Patreon. It's 3 tiers. It's 3 amazing tiers. You know, tier 1, it is everyday life of us.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
we already got videos up there, so as soon as they join, they
videos
already have.
You know, so it's good to see. We'll be giving out different content, just different things, you know, in tier 1, you know. Tier 2, we have all of our old yeah, you could say old
throwbacks.
Throwback workshops.
Throwback
past workshops, yeah.
Don't want to miss those. Those were really good spells. And workshops that we've all done. And our 3rd tier is pretty much where you get it all. You get it all. You get it all. You get our workshops so we'll be conducting our workshops also in tier 3, and we have our workshop ready for June as well to give everyone that info. But yeah, if you do tier number 3, you pretty much get all the info. You get it all, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. I'm so excited. It's so fun.
I know.
Because with tier 3, you get the benefits of tier 1 and tier 2.
Right.
So, you know, you get to review past workshops, or if you're interested in taking the past workshops, and added, you know, bonus material, stuff that we're just, you know, like my little ducky friends that I got going on, I'm trying to get close to, you know, stuff like that, like little stuff like that, you know. And then with the workshops, you know, be posting up actual spell work and you know, the after the behind the scenes, you know, after we conduct our workshops and we've done the spell work, you know, what happens then? Well, you
Right.
got to go on our Patreon and find out what happens after our workshops and stuff.
Yeah.
So we do have June's workshop already, and it is we're doing candle magic. You know, we've done a lot of things in our workshop, and let's do a nice good old candle magic workshop. And the part is that we're also going to include, you know, a board as a tool to help us manifest with candles. So join the Patreon. It's going to be in tier 3. This class is going to be available June 13th. So there's plenty of time. Check out the Patreon, go through the link, go to the page and join. Welcome. Here. Welcome.
Yes.
Yes.
So you guys can catch me on Monday at T4C and House of Spiritual Vibes LLC on Facebook, where I do Magical Mondays, where I give you guys a suggested reading. You guys could choose to have a general reading or ask your own question if there's any guidance or knowledge that you are seeking in regards to a certain matter or situation in your life. You guys can ask me on Monday. I will be there to happily give you some guidance. I do readings for contributions. It's a $5 minimum. And yeah, and I get guidance from your ancestors and your spirit guides, and I use different tools. Sometimes I use tarot, sometimes I use charms, or even oracles sometimes. So I would love to see you guys there. Don't forget to like and follow us. Like and follow here, like and follow there, like and follow Cass, like and follow all of that. Everybody gets to like and follow. And you guys can find our Patreon in the comments section. We're going to have it in the comments section.
I did. And then I also posted it up in our Sip and Spell page.
Right.
And
so you guys will see it
page,
floating around. Yeah, y'all will see it floating around where you guys can find our Patreon. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And we will see you guys over at Patreon. Or until next time, we will see you guys at our next show here at House of Spiritual Vibes Radio. Our next show, Chimo, is or Cass, do one of y'all know what our next one is? Is that's not the bugs, right?
And we had a lot of amazing questions today. Thank you.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. Thank you.
Yes.
So for our next week's show, that is going to be, wow, I can't believe we're going on the 20th. Next week.
No. May flew by fast.
Very fast. We're going to be discussing Hollywood versus the reality of the broom closet.
Yes, that's this one. Yeah, Hollywood versus the reality.
So that's going to be a very interesting topic. And you know what? We'll be talking about broom closet, you know, and the truth behind what Hollywood does, you know. We'll get into that conversation.
Yeah, we'll get into that conversation. That'll be for our next Thursday show. And we would love for you guys to go ahead and share these videos, share our channel with your own communities. If you have anybody that has been wondering about witchcraft and they're wanting to learn more and they're interested in learning more, go ahead and direct them over to our channel so that we can they can join in the community and learn some things here too, and see if this is a path that they want to take, or even if they are in this path, it's always nice to learn from other people, or to even just to support one another. So we appreciate you guys for liking and for sharing this video and our channel, and we will see you guys next Thursday here at House of Spiritual Vibes Radio. That is it for tonight, you guys. Thank you guys so much for your continued love and support. Until next time, divine blessings to today, tomorrow, and always. Ache. Good night, you guys.